Germany chasing records. Great Britain seeking to improve on their ranking from last year of 4th and go all the way. This game absolutely crucial, as I say. France and Denmark in the following semi-final. But the referees call us to order and we are about to get underway, pretty much spot on time. And the ball into the centre of the playing area. It's Ren McCutcheon for Great Britain up against Unterfeld for Germany. McCutcheon getting the better of that. Small win, early win, always settles the team's nerves, but this big German defence will be ready for anything there. They'd have been streaming forward if they've won the ball, and they'd take their defensive position if they don't. And that's an overcooked pass, drops into German hands, and they get the ball. Ball comes away with Thuren. Captain doing a captain's job, just rallying the troops. Big, strong, very long established player. Confident on the ball, obviously, as you would expect at this level. Just waiting a moment to see how this is going to open up. The Great Britain defence going to be called upon to put in a big shift here. That's Fearon driving in. He's being allowed to get close but has to recycle. Kirchhoff. He goes over to the far side and again recycling. Just keeping an eye on the shot clock for you. It's 15 seconds remaining, so the Germans will get a shot away, I've no doubt. Unterfeld. Is that a dummy run or a real run? Unterfeld takes it on himself. That deserves a shot clock reset. Didn't get as far as the British goal. That's blocked down there by McConvey. Kirchhoff. Fearon. Pace on these German boats as they approach the British defence. Can't be sure which of them is the real intended shooter. Could be any. Pretty much all of these German sides. That's a bit unlucky. The paddle on the ball from Ren McCutcheon, but as it came down, it definitely contacted with Fearon's hands, and that is a foul. If we could have kept it a little higher, you do get a full arm's reach, but once that gap closes, the responsibility all on that of the player with the paddle in his hand. Well, Germany dominating possession, but the British defence has been a match for them. We'll try and name check all those players if we get just a moment, but right now Germany pushing inside and looking for that shot. Shot clock still on 30 seconds, certainly not time for a hurry-up shot, but that was taken eventually on the far side by Unterfeld. So that's two big shots he's had, but that one comes off the outside of the bar, goes out for a goal line throw, and Britain come forwards. That's Shiv McCutcheon, the goalkeeper, bringing the ball away. And we have all four brothers on the pitch at this time, so you can understand why I like to distinguish them by their first name, otherwise it would get a bit silly. And we have Hammond on the far side making up the 5 players. And now Tanner McCutcheon, the youngest of the brothers, just comes into the fray. Still eligible for under-21s this year, but made the seniors team. Always difficult choices in coaching and management. And McCutcheon gets the shot away, has to be saved and popped out. Those of you familiar with the history of canoe polo, René Kirchhoff in the German goal. Under-21s gold medalist, steps up to seniors, and he's played a blinder for them, transitioned well. He's a great goal shot stopper, but also a great finisher in his own right. Get a nice shot of Tanner McCutcheon there, taking his corner, delivering it out, and Britain streaming forwards. Mobility really a big part of the game that they're going to have to play to beat this big, strong German defence. Very sure that the coach Edwards has pushed that into them. And Shiv McCutcheon out there. 40 seconds on the shot clock. There's been a recent reset, and we'll just try and admire the work of this German defensive line. 3-on-1, they're almost the masters of it. Quite happy for gaps to come in the defence, and just confident if a player tries to run into it, they will shut it off. Saw a run there from Tanner McCutcheon on this side, and the gap just disappeared before he got there. See where he was going, and we've got Kartik McCutcheon, #1, working so hard against Peltz, but I think at the moment it's fair to say Peltz getting the better of that. That shot coming again, And again, it's Tanner McCutcheon, certainly at this point, seems to be the go-to shooter for Great Britain. Shot after shot, Kartik McCutcheon rolling the subs. You can't afford to get blown in one of these games. You can give only so much energy before you just need to recharge the battery. And he swaps out for Lowthorpe up the pitch. Another big arm for Great Britain, mobile. Played in the German Bundesliga, so knows all of his counterparts, opponents very well indeed. Whether that's an advantage or not, time will tell. And some pace on the ball here. It falls to Shiv McCutcheon, looks for a pass, but it's an outlet to his brother Tanner. German defensive line at the moment is pressure. Beckman, I'm just trying to see the centre man there. Yeah, Zonterfeld. And them working really hard, and classically, Viren on the front. Breakaway player, timing where he can and can't block somebody with the 6 metre line. Any runners are his problem, particularly if they have the ball. Absolute master of that art. Referee just having a word with the line judge, I think we might have had a ball popped onto the pitch the player was saying was underinflated. Unusual, but they do occasionally lose a bit of air. So Great Britain reset on that shot clock, so a good 50 seconds. They can craft something or they can get a shot away. Tanner McCutcheon gets the shot, but that ended up bouncing back at him and off his boat and out for a German goal line throw. That's a little bit of fortune going their way. To be fair, if you're going to win a World Championship, you need to just take a little bit of luck when it comes, and that was a turnover of possession bouncing off Tanner's boat and gratefully received. Kirchhoff brings it away himself, covered the whole length of the pitch for his team before he makes his pass. Viren drops to that centre ground, controlling the play. He's got Kirchhoff outside him. Kirchhoff, very dangerous finisher. These days, the top goalkeepers have to bring that, but this is Viren, had a look himself. Wouldn't have blamed him for having a shot there, but he recycles it to Kirchhoff. In turn, he finds Rika. Back inside. Yeah, Viren does it this time. Could have taken the one before, but waited for a slightly better option, and that's why. So the captain, Viren, opens the scoring in this semi-final. Germany lead Great Britain by 1-0 with 3 minutes left in the first half. It's been close, a little cagey, not the most open, fast game. Seen some good attacks from both teams, but the Germans there getting the better. Viren had a chance 15 seconds before the one he took and clearly just recycled it and thought we could do better than that, and he was right. The chance he got, he was that bit closer, that slightly more advantageous angle, and it's a goal. Now a little bit more pace in this British attack, as you would expect. That just coming across the back, it goes into Ren McCutcheon, he takes the shot and it's out for a corner. Kirchhoff in goal now, he'll be called on, he knows that. Germany pipped in the final of the European Championships by Denmark, or in one of the other semi-finals. Golden goal, extra time, so very close. Whoever comes out of the other semi can expect a tough game off either of these teams. Great Britain ranked 4th coming into this competition. They've cemented that ranking, whatever else, but a long way to go today. Some lovely close-up shots of the players, nice to see them. I'm trying to follow the broad action, but we've got Shiv McCutcheon on the ball, recycling it out. We from our commentary position do have a good view of the live action here, but we can also see what's uploaded to you, so we'll try and just keep you covered on all angles really. I'm sure you've been in touch with these groups at half-time. We'll run through them, see what happens, but really everything is history now for these teams. All that matters is this semi-final. Germany had a very steady run through, if I might say, in their middle group, MO, group that contained Taipei, Portugal, Sweden and Poland, as well as Denmark and Germany. And they topped that group quite comfortably. Great Britain had a much patchier run through their group with France, Spain, Italy, Swiss and Belgium men, but they did eventually secure second place and earn the place in this semi-final, forgive me. I'm sure they'll be hoping they earn a place in the final shortly. But at the moment, Germany lead by 1-0. 1 minute on the clock. As the Germans just take a little bit of heat out of this because they have 30 on their shot clock, or 25. Very controlled and measured game from them. I think this has been a cagey first half from both teams, not quite as exciting as we might hope, but the skill levels displayed quite superb. But I'm very sure in the second half, if Great Britain have to chase the game, they will, and that was within a whisker, a millimetre of being a goal. That one a little wide, but Shiv McCutcheon saving the ball there, and it still hit 2 bars. That's very, very close to Germany doubling their lead. Obviously a shot clock reset, 20 seconds, one more shot this half, I would think. Oh, and that's a foul on the keeper, so that shot chance goes. I don't think there's going to be time for Great Britain to get a shot away, but they're certainly going to try. That's Lowthorpe on the ball. That's Ren McCutcheon. Is there a shot in this? It's in the air. It will count if it goes, but no. If the ball's in flight when the hooter goes, that ball is allowed to complete its journey, so that would have counted if it had hit the open goal, but it didn't. So the final action of the play, taken by Ren McCutcheon, goes wide. We will just name check our sponsors early in this half and then the teams, but the main sponsors for this event, administratively, particularly International Canoe Federation, the China Canoe Federation, Huzhou City and Deqing County, and the equipment and financial sponsors without whom all of this would be impossible are Kailas Clothing, Le Tour Sports, Gokong Group, and the global sponsor for Canoe Polo at this and many other events, Yupin Sports. So the teams drop to their coaches, 1 goal, very tight game. How can the coaches influence this? We're looking at the German side there, and they are number 1, Pressure, number 2, Vogt, number 3, Unterfeld, number 4, Rika, number 5, Boykenbusch, number 6, Beckmann, number 7, Kirchhoff, and number 8, Vieren, number 9, Feltz. I'm lucky enough to be joined here in commentary for this brief gap by Joachim Schrock, Yo-Yo to those of us who know him well. Massive German fan, obviously, as you would expect. He's had to serve his time as an independent while he was in administration, but here he can smile as Germany take the lead. How was that first half for you, Yo-Yo?
Yeah, hi Curly. Yeah, it's a really good match, and it's really good to see that GB is it's back now. We have had in the past a lot of very exciting matches. Then there was a short break with GB, and now to see that they are back and this quality is really good. So we have an exciting game here.
I was telling the viewers, a very measured game from both teams, not quite as frantic as some we've seen, but I think GB will push, but the German side looking very confident.
Yes, they do, but you have seen a few minutes ago the throw, it could be the 1-1, the draw. No question about, and it's on a very good quality, this match, the half-finals and a man here in China.
Yeah, and if Germany do go through, France or Denmark, who would you prefer to play in the final?
Denmark, because you remember the Europeans last, we need to come back against Denmark.
That's a fantastic answer. We'll name check the teams. Thank you, Yo-Yo, a real pleasure.
You're welcome.
So the British team, we're just lining up, referees are calling them up. We have number 1, Kartik McCutcheon, number 2, the captain, Ren McCutcheon, number 4, Lowthorpe, number 5, Mallon, number 6, Shiv McCutcheon, number 7, Hammond, 8, McConvey, and number 9, Tanner McCutcheon. Great to hear from Yo-Yo there, long-time fan, fantastic servant of the sport. Just asked him to come in and give his view there. Obviously a smile on his face with Germany 1 goal to the good. And clearly in the German camp they'd love to play Denmark in the final and exercise some revenge for the Europeans last year. Nice to see him saying all of that with a smile on his face. Had some great competition here. Thank you, Yo-Yo. And we're away. Once again Ren McCutcheon, once again Unterfeld, and once again Ren getting the better of that. Well, winning those 2 sprint contests won't do him any good if they don't win the game. And he would, just getting a close-up on your screen of that as Great Britain build on the pitch. We'll be back to that. Didn't miss anything there, I assure you. Just great to see that start. The technique of these paddlers, quite phenomenal these days. The speed they achieve. These boats look fast. They're not particularly fast in canoeing terms. Very short, very manoeuvrable. sacrifice a fair bit of speed, but these young men certainly make it look as if those are very, very quick boats. Remember a Dutch friend of mine saying, if you want to get faster, get stronger. It's not about the boat. But, there you go. Great Britain being very measured again here. Obviously, have to be careful, don't want to leak another, and as I curse them with that, have to be careful they concede a foul. And the turnover of possession is cheap. Germany comes streaming away, thank you very much. Certainly won't see any hurry up from the German side. Very confident in Kirchhoff's ability in their goal. They've got the 1-goal lead, and they will take time off the clock as best they can. It will be for Great Britain to manage this really when they come to chase. And now just notice that Beckman's just gone inside the British defence to unsettle things, but 4 others quite content to demonstrate this fantastic German passing that we've seen over the decades. So accurate, they can throw the ball so far, very little spin on it often. So easy to receive and catch because there's no spin. Trying and handing inside pass, I suspect that was more teasing Great Britain. And again they return the favour. Goalkeeper foul that time, just turning possession over for Great Britain. Coaches hate that. Do all that work, all that preparation, and turnover of possession that is just so soft really. All teams do it. It's pushing the line to try and get close to the goalkeeper. You have to have a very fine tune, because if you go a few millimetres too far, it's a foul. And Great Britain building something but not getting any penetration really into that German defence. On this side we can see Kartik McCutcheon trying to work against his German counterpart, just can't identify the number at this point. Yep, it's Boykenbusch, and just can't get anywhere. To say that work rate, typical of the German game and typical of what they are so proud of, their defend and break game, and having Kirchhoff behind them in goal just cements that. It's really what I would suggest has elevated them to final winners as opposed to finalists. That was a fantastic opportunity for Ren McCutcheon, but again Kirchhoff is called upon to make a good save, and he makes a good save. Drops it down to his defence. It's one of his specialities. Very rarely concedes a corner. He will make a save and just bring it down to his defenders and count on them to have the fastest hands pick it up, or indeed himself. His predecessor in the German goal, Robert Pest, was a master of that, and Kirchhoff had to match that to step up, and he certainly has done that. I don't think there can be any question. So Great Britain enjoying a long period of possession in front of the German goal, but no product out of it whatsoever, really, apart from one fairly good save that was drawn from Kirchhoff. They've not actually troubled him too much. Trying to slide forwards, that's Shiv McCutcheon there, almost trying to bump his boat forwards, and earns a corner, but Great Britain really are going to have to score on this run of possession. Kartik McCutcheon taking a sub, and Lowthorpe on the far side have to ring the changes. There's a timeout called by the referees for the corner, and that gives time for Great Britain to bring on Hammond and, yeah, I think that's McConvey. Hammond goes in to do some work. Kartik McCutcheon clearly feeling he can have a rest. Hammond goes, or needs a rest probably. And now again that line has just been compressed too far, and it fouls the keeper, and we're away. Again, the keeper's very clever about making the most of those options. They do enjoy a bit of extra protection in the rules. If they are goalkeeping, they can't be kayak tackled even within the 6-metre area. And that's Unterfeld just getting the spectators at my heart's pounding, having a look at the British open goal. I'm sure that's well within his range, but they've got the lead. If they were down, I'm pretty sure Unterfeld would have popped that up and had a go, but good discipline from him. Comes in, gets close, has a shot, gets the reset, of course. Clock goes back to 56. A good moment to just mention the Chinese volunteers who've manned the tables, timekeeping and line judging. Been the odd wrinkle, as you would expect, very complex job, but broadly speaking done an absolutely superb job, and certainly faultless here in this semi-final so far. Great Britain ball, away they come at pace, as they must. Pace is going to be their key to this, I can't help thinking. German strength is phenomenal, German accuracy, they've just got to find space using their pace, the British paddlers. All the teams big men, but Great Britain speed probably would be their potential weapon against the slightly larger German side. And now Tanner McCutcheon running forwards, recycles. Shiv McCutcheon. And Ren McCutcheon. Looking inside, but again this German line, I can name check them, it could be almost any of them. We've got Rika in there now. And on this near side, pressure. They've changed the whole staff, but it just doesn't make any difference. And ooh, just for a moment I thought that might be in, but it's side netting. Tanner McCutcheon. And Great Britain away. Back to their defensive positions with 3 minutes to go. Surely they can't just see this game out as a 1-goal loss. They have to roll the dice. Just been a change of staff. I don't know if that's indicative of a plan. We've got Mallon on and Kartik McCutcheon back on after having a brief rest. Oh, unlucky. Ball scooped away. Ball's been scooped away there by Great Britain, but adjudged to be a foul. Refereeing team quite consistent about that. It was over on the far side, but I think Great Britain were hoping that was a good chance for them, but it's gone. So a reset, 2.5 minutes. And that's a massive shot. That's Viren. Obviously at this point quite fancied doubling his side's lead and giving them an easy last couple of minutes, because much as they're confident, comfortable players, this will be a bit jittery with a 1-goal lead. Certainly won't want to let that go and end up with extra time. And now Great Britain come. It's Ren McCutcheon forwards. Is that a mistake? No, it's recovered very nicely by Kirchhoff. And he uses Unterfeld. Germans are deep now and moving the ball, but with only 2 minutes to play and 48 on the shot clock, I can't help thinking Great Britain have left this quite late. Will have been on, the 2 minutes will have been the trigger for them. They went just a fraction before then. Big air across. Again, Viren. The Germans would love to get a second goal now, because that would just about settle it at this stage. But not yet, and not to do anything silly, because of course Great Britain absolutely on a knife edge, ready to spring forwards and score on the break. Nothing would suit them better. But 13, there's going to have to be a shot. Who's it going to fall to? That's an inside pass. It goes over to Beckman. And he is the shooter, and he is the scorer. That's Arne Beckman. Doubles the German lead with 1 minute and 22 remaining. That probably settles this game unless Great Britain can score right away. Ball to Lowthorpe. Mallon retreats off, brings on Tanner McCutcheon. Swapping out for a bigger hitter. They really need 2 goals in quick succession here, and really the performance so far shows the Germans are going to make that very, very difficult, if not impossible. That's Tanner McCutcheon, takes the first shot, side netting again. Been touched out, it was a save. That'll have been Kirchhoff, it cleared the defence, so corner ball. And Great Britain have to pepper the goal with shots now. Any chance at all in this game, they have to score now, and I think probably with 44 on the clock, the Germans will get the ball back for a restart. This game is over in all but limit, and the Germans celebrating every shot as well they might. Every save, sorry. And this is going to be Lowthorpe to take. Tanner McCutcheon. Shiv McCutcheon, yeah, they're chasing 1 goal now as a consolation, Great Britain. Certainly Germany wouldn't give up possession. It would be great for us to watch Great Britain try and take it off them in 20 seconds, but it's just not going to happen. I think the Germans have determined to keep a clean sheet here, go through the semi-final 2-0 winners. They have to work, and they will work. They certainly won't give anything away for free, and 6 seconds on the clock. 4, 3, 2, 1, and the Germans celebrate, and well they might. So, Germany progressed by 2-0 into the final of the senior men's competition in the 2024 World Championships here in Deqing County. Great Britain must settle for a place in the bronze medal match. Good effort from them, but really the best chance, probably the open goal shot right on the stroke of half-time. Fell slightly short. They've tried hard. They're congratulating each other. I think they played their hearts out, but they really couldn't penetrate that German defence, and on the odd occasion where they did, Kirchhoff was just there waiting for them. Great Britain conceded 2 goals just to the power. Viren and Beckman, and that in the end was just the difference between the sides. A cagey, close, high skill, high intensity, high strength game, but in the end Germany run up by 2-0, the winners. Great Britain bronze medal match. Germany go to the final. That final will be played later today, and the very next game on this pitch will be the other semi-final.